So again, just to get this on the YouTube part, remember, if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, to smash that like button, ring that bell, and leave a comment below. The difference between Ionize and Sabotage is that obviously the Surveil 1 on Sabotage is more powerful than the deal 2 damage is on Ionize. However, Ionize is easier to cast. This 4-color mana base only has 14 blue sources in it, which means getting blue by turn 3 consistently can be a little bit of a challenge. I'm gonna update the Stream Decker page and we'll dive into some matches here. Yeah, an application that doesn't leak memory is going to free memory that it's used when it's done using it. And when an application leaks memory, it basically just gobbles more and more RAM the longer it's open. I think the YouTube content creates good buy synergy in your business model. It allows you to free up time for streams, have a more dedicated focus. I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, I agree, Down Under MTG. I think the variety is a good mix as well from the YouTube exclusives. Also, for people that like aren't super familiar with Twitch, people have asked me like, well, why don't you just stream everything if you're gonna be like recording videos anyways? If you're only streaming for like an hour, 2 or 3 hours, generally speaking, when you're streaming full-time on Twitch, you're like trying to get viewer numbers and stuff like that up. You don't want to be streaming for less than, say, let's make up a number, for probably somewhere between 5 and 6 hours, so that way you give yourself time to hit your peak viewer count, so your average viewer count is better. Just gonna let this resolve, and I'm gonna Moment of Craving it in response to the trigger. Obviously, the Explorer gives the Wild Growth Walker a thing, but I think this is fine. I have the Vraska's Contempt or the Angrath to get rid of this later. It's very hard for me to get used to Twitch. There are times where I run away real quick to go do something, and even though I push the pause button on Twitch, I come back and find out it didn't wait for me. Yeah, it's very, very different than playing pre-recorded stuff for sure. I don't have a good answer to that one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Ionize it. I want to use my mana this turn and hopefully find a land next turn to like stick Nicol, Bolas, or Vraska's Contempt. Do they not have a land that's good for us? Oh, they do. Rats. Maybe? They do. Sure. Druid of the Cowl is scary, which means they can, Carnage Share at me next turn. Yeah, right? Like, we talk about Ionize and Sabotage, right? If that had been a Sabotage, we wouldn't have cast it there. This is just how Magic the Gathering goes sometimes. Lands are in this deck. It's like 26, 25. We have 26 lands in our deck. That's actually what we were talking about, Veg, is I have, if you look on my YouTube, there is a playlist labeled YouTube exclusive, which are decks that I've played offline. All right, well, there's a land that's probably too little too late. The problem here is, like, because they have the second Midnight Reaper here, even if I survive to get to the Sweeper next turn, they're going to draw a card for every creature they have in play, which means I'm just going to get buried in card advantage. I'd prefer if we keep speculation about the new set out of chat. It just doesn't do anything constructive for anyone. Just like people like shouting out random things. So I would be really far ahead here if they didn't have Midnight Reaper in play, but unfortunately they're about to draw 3 cards, which is going to put them up to 6 cards in hand when they untap, so probably dead here. grab a snack here really quick. Yep, that's a Doom boy. I guess Doom's not too terrible for us here, because I just like play Teferi and tuck him in. I'm gonna graveyard that, looking for more spells here.
I am not going to sit this one out. You need to take a time out.
Listen, if you're playing Jund in Modern, you can register Midnight Reaper or any other terrible magic cards you want to your heart's content. You're probably not aiming to be very competitive if you're playing Jund in Modern. So you just do you and have a good time. I'm gonna keep this turn. This kills it if it's 3 or less, right? So I get to play this and then steal this. Yeah, I think we're ahead here, Bob. It's possible that I'm supposed to bin that land to try and find another answer. Because, like, I'm currently out of answers, but I feel like I'm in an okay spot here.
I've lost so much already. You can't stop nature.
No fire, no steel.
The arena extension is down this morning. This is standard constructed best of 3.
Draw and fire.
All right, so really need another Cleansing Nova here. I don't actually think there's another Cleansing Nova in my deck, actually. Well, that means I'm not dead on board, so we've got that going for us. I guess I can expansion and draw 2 cards here. I can't, I don't have double red. I don't hate Bogles at all. Bogles is a great deck. Plenty good. Well, that, huh. All right.
No fire, no steel.
So you're saying there's a chance. So this is gonna give them a 1/1. But Angrath gets to kill something next turn.
Things that would break someone like you.
Yeah, the animations on Angrath are A+. Hopefully we can find... There's 2 copies of Deafening Clarion in my deck, right? There's 2 Deafening Clarions. The lack of another sweeper in this deck is really sad. There should probably be another Cleansing Nova somewhere. There's Ritual of Soot in the sideboard, but not having a Cleansing Nova is kind of silly, I think. Oh, I can double Contempt next turn. You're super right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cash this in to kill the Thorn Lieutenant.
You'll burn for that. Your crew for my freedom.
Your crew for my freedom. And this thing auto holds priority, right? Pretty sure it auto holds. And I want to leave... Oh, did I tap my lands wrong? I think I tapped my lands wrong. Yeah, I totally tapped my lands wrong. I could have left up Ionize here if I would have tapped right, but I didn't. I could have tapped... Yeah. All right, I'm at 5. No, Spire only taps for colorless. Alright, 5 shots of Deafening Clarion. Azcanta is tapped, that's a Spire. I cannot believe we won that game. That was A+ fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed here right now. I am kind of impressed with what we just did there. Moment of Craving's a little mediocre here. Profane Procession's a little slow. Bring in a Settle of the Wreckage. I did forget to update the stream title. Thank you. That was pretty hot. Worth noting that Angrath was like pretty sweet there. You can type ! Deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. No, my health total was really low there, game, and I didn't want to lose a life and draw a card. I think this is fine. I love how this deck is just like, yo dog, I'm gonna be Jeskai control this game. It's like no big deal. Like sometimes your hands look like Grixis, sometimes they look like Jeskai control. Alright, clean those out, go. Definitely just want to try and survive here. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Mortify's a sweet reprint for sure. They have land, Vivian here, we could be a little bit sad. We just have a Vraska's Contempt, that's not a big deal. If we hit an untapped land here, we get to Angrath and steal this and draw a card. Missed on the land, a little unfortunate. They are also missing their 5th land though, so that's good for us. You have a fine finality? Sure. Doom boy. So this dies next turn, but taking their Midnight Reaper off the table is pretty valuable. Your crew for my freedom. Even if they don't block here, he dies in a turn because he costs 3 or less. Yoink.
You'll be nothing but slag when I'm done with you.
I think I just expansion insight here. Hopefully they're just like playing the Doom Whisper out and then Cleansing Nova clears them all. If they had Vivian here, I could be a little bit sad, but otherwise just like take 3, draw 4, untap Cleansing Nova. Seems great. Oh. Well. I guess we're doing that then. Kills the Memorial to Folly 2 here. Boop, just boop it on the nose. Go ahead and surveil, enjoy. If I had to win a standard tournament, what deck would I play? I have no idea. I actually have a tournament coming up on Tuesday. I need to pick a deck for it. I'm not sure what I want to play. You got me. Whew. That's a good one. Oh, I guess this would have taken the card out of their hand. Ignore me. I was like, I wanna check their hand before they do the thing so they can't kill my Nicol Bolas, but yeah, I wanted to surveil. Let's go with that. You're like, do I care if they bring back a card? I don't, right? Because I'm gonna flip this, and then I'm going to Nicol Bolas take their card shard.
No one can stand in my way.
No one can stand in my way.
Shall serve me.
They shall serve me. Excellent. Excellent. I feel like the mana base in this deck has been more functional than I expected it to be, even with only half the Shocklands of the format. I didn't realize the 3rd chapter of Eldritch Report was the opponent conceding. Yeah, card's unplayable. Good game, Smiley. Good luck in the rest of your matches today. I just had to go and praise the mana base, didn't I? I just had to go and say the mana base has been excellent. I opened my mouth and fit my foot firmly inside of it. And you keep track of the record? No, keeping track of the record is meaningless. Your record with a deck doesn't tell you if a deck is good or bad. I would love another land. Thank you for asking. Busy. This hand actually not great against an aggressive deck. All right, well, we now get to curve into Nick on 4. With them stumbling, we should probably be okay. Or not, or we're dead. I think we're dead, chap. Well, they were stumbling. They hit their second land on 2 here. And then I'm just dead on board, right? I guess I'm technically not dead with the Vraska's Contempt here. They putting 1/1 counters on their Merfolk. Yeah, that's actually lethal. Woof. Oh, I could have ripped Clarion. Totally could have ripped Clarion. You're right. Slightly premature. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Do 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 do. The aggro decks in Standard tend to win around turn 4. Hey, look at that. We're an Esper control deck. Who likes Esper control? This game we're Esper control. Sometimes you're Grixis, sometimes you're Esper, sometimes you're Just Guy. You know, you just do what works, basically. Am I in for that? I think I'm in for that, actually. I guess I have to go erase your next turn into removal spell the following turn. Looking for a Ritual Assault here. I'm gonna bend that. It's not a red source or a Ritual Assault. Or a white source. If I draw a red, it opens me up to being able to cast Deafening Clarion. If I draw a white, it opens me up to being able to cast Settle the Wreckage. So digging for those types of things. Probably just gonna Chemister's Insight next turn, try and pick some cards up, use my health total as a bit of a resource to try and find a sweeper, rather than stemming the bleeding with this Contempt. It's also very possible that I should have binned the Contempt to just dig for a sweeper. Moist Mardu, Jeskai Black, Angry Esper. Is Nexus our win con? No, Nexus is never a win con. Nexus is just here because it's a good magic card. It's like taking extra turns on occasion is decent. Oh, that's unfortunate. Am I dead on board? Basically, I'm dead to any fish. So, I guess I have to Contempt here, unfortunately. So, we'll Contempt up to 10. We'll take 4 down to 6. Yeah, I agree, Veg. Sure. They're playing this to try and push lethal here. I'm gonna get rid of the one that's permanently a 3/3. Unfortunate that I had to hold up the Contempt this turn, so I could have waited one more turn with the Contempt. I could have potentially, like, expansion to the Contempt. I think we're just dead, right? I guess I could draw something with this. There's Moment of Cravings in my deck, I think.
We need to move quickly.
Alright, well, you know, we've been talking about this deck feeling really strong, and then we just, like, lost to, like, mediocre draws out of the aggro decks. That makes a lot of sense. We've been, like, beating up mid-range and control decks, but, like, don't have a lot of game against aggro. Why not down tick? Because they still had a lot of draws that killed us there. I guess the down tick gives us an extra turn. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. I feel like the upside of hitting Craving is higher. Yeah, I swapped the Sabotages for Ionizes because they're easier to cast. There's only 14 blue sources in the mana base, so blue for Sabotage is difficult. Thanks everyone for hanging out today, by the way. It's awesome. Got 1,200 people in here. Hanging out playing some Standard Constructed. If you enjoy Constructed Magic, this is definitely a channel for you. We play nothing but here. We play a ton of Standard, best of 3 here on Arena. We also play some Modern on Magic Online. One Elf is scary. Slaughter the Strong is probably an okay pickup. I think the Amulet deck is super reasonable. It's one of the decks I'm considering playing on Tuesday. That's both reasonable and funny. Take another blue source here, another red source. Probably go Shock in, Vent, cast Thought Erasure next turn, try and get a heads up of what's going on over there. Now I don't throw Shock in, that's nice. Yeah, Tuesday's tournament is traditional Magic. I probably wouldn't have played if they asked me to play a best of 1 tournament. That just sounds like a recipe for frustration. Allie took a deck list and added 4 mana clunky tutors into it, color me surprised. That's like Allie's MO. It's like add a bunch of clunk to a deck. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, I guess I have Slaughter the Strong for next turn, so it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, they've rebranded Best of 3 as traditional because they want to encourage people to play Best of 1 Magic. Well, I'm not dead on board, so I'm just going to pass here and draw with Chemister's Insight. So next turn's probably going to be Clarion, Expansion Clarion. Yeah, I think this Slaughter the Strong being Slaughter the Strong rather than another copy of just the 5 mana destroy all the creatures, just like kind of too cute. I think I'm going to make that switch after this match. Just like play another 5 mana destroy all creatures. Maybe I'm supposed to play an untapped land here, because if I play an untapped land, it lets me Chemister's Insight into a counterspell, which could be relevant.
No fire, no steel.
Alright, don't have a way to deal an extra point of damage to me. Yeah, and Angrath's animations are just A+ all around. That one can stay right there.
No fire, no steel.
No fire, no steel. Wow, am I dead? No, I can play... No, this is 8. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 7 mana. Yeah, let's see if they missed the onboard trick. And again, just like, if this was a sweeper, I would win the game. So if they keep Chupacabra here, I'm dead. Because Angrath only kills the creature if it has converted mana cost 3 or less. Yeah, probably. Just kind of tilted about this card at the moment. There's a lot of things about this deck that are just like cute for the sake of being cute, as opposed to like playing cards that are good. That's definitely on the list. Yeah, definitely should have tried to hit the Clarion there. Wasn't thinking about that as an out. Because that guaranteed loses me the game, Serp. You should read Angrath and read Slaughter. The Gen Dinos deck performed really well. It attacked for lots of damages. I can stay there. Just gonna take their 2-drop away here. So this gives them the better creature a turn later, but that's terrifying. This is awkward. I'm gonna bin this. It's not a black source or a white source. Perfect. I don't have any white mana in play at the moment for this Chemist Cleansing Nova. I feel like I deserve this, right? Like after we talked about the mana being consistently good. It's like we deserved getting dumpstered by our mana.
I battle for the forces of good. You may regret that choice.
I have a land. I have an exiled card. There's 4 cards in my bin, so this is quite close to flipping it. Looking for white sources. Alright. I can't predict the future. I don't know if a magic card is going to be good or not, based on a set that I haven't seen the cards for. The power level of TCG cards are format contextual. So like whether or not a card's playable depends very heavily on like what else is going on in the format. The devil's in the details, and like what supporting cards you have access to is a big deal. Heard you mention the Warhammer card game a number of times. Interested in trying it on my phone, but they're Age of Sigmar Champions is the Warhammer TCG. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. Hey, Resetty, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. You're shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. Alright, so any land next turn lets me Nexus, which is okay. Oh, just the turn 7 tapped buddy lands. Just the turn 7 tapped buddy land. What a tilt. That's too funny. This attack is great for me. I get to block. This lives. I get to Cleansing Nova. I would like the record to reflect that in spite of our mana, we're winning this game. All right, we're at 13. I think this game's about locked up here. So I'm not gonna play the Compass out. No, that's not true. I mean, I'm gonna play the Compass out. This Teferi will untap my land so I can still Azcanta this turn. Oh, that's a good catch. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. That's a good catch. Oh, would you look at that?
No time for a break.
No time for a break. This deck needs a colonnade, right? Don't they all?
Here be no fire,
Thunk.
no steel.
All right. Glad we're done here. Glad you understand the writing that is on the wall. I click submit. I'm gonna click submit. I mean, we have some utility lands in this format, right? Like the memorials are technically utility lands. Not that this greedy deck can play them with our mana base. Seems pretty good. Get to go tap Chapel into Island Thought Erasure. Has all 4 of our colors. It's got a thematic compass. Would love a swamp on top of my deck. Oh. Huh. Sure. Just sounds like a cattle. Just like groaning. It's a little awkward because they get to find next turn and pick these back up, but I kind of just want to stunt their development, right? Yep. I think I just take this opportunity to, like, blame a Planeswalker. Just, like, up you go.
Never seen water burn? You.
So, like, I could downtick this to take this out of play, but I'd rather just get a card out of their hand, I think. Because, like, they're going to play a Jade Light Ranger next turn. I'm just going to Ritual of Set. Just, like, slowly grind them out. That's aggressive. I'd really like them to not draw an untapped land here. Now they can kill my compass when they're gonna get to kill my compass here, which sucks.
No fire, no steel.
That kind of leaves me on nothing. Yeah, they're drawing Contempt. So my compass is dead. The board's clean. We'll see who has better top decks from here. Yeah, the fact that they ditched the Vivian's like pretty okay for us. It's possible I'm supposed to hold the Ritual set, but like I'm also at 9 here, so I don't think I could just take a hit for 4 next turn. Or 7, sorry. So let's draw like a Nicol Bolas or a Teferi here. Again, just looking far worse than Wrath of God. Cleansing Nova, whatever that card's called. The card is far more cute than good. They binned Karn. Alright, so they're digging for lands. That's a good pickup. Only 4 cards in my bin right now, though. Dead in 3 to the Jade Light Ranger. They must have drawn, like, Carnage Tyrant, right? It's like the only explanation for bidding Karn aggressively there. Alright, what is the reason? What do you got? Eldest Reborn and Vivian. Well, so long, Vivian. Ionize can stay right there. Actually, Ionize can't stay there. Ionize staying there means I'm dead next turn. That was a mistake. So I should be 1 card deeper. But I'm not, so I could potentially die here. Alright. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. It's very possible I should have kept that Sacred Foundry in my hand, so I have a blank to discard to this Eldest Reborn. Wow, they're not playing the Eldest Reborn out. That's really surprising to me. Hopefully we find like a Nicol Bolas at some point to punish them. Our Angrath is already gone, unfortunately, so that's not an option. Yeah, we did just bottom a Bolas, which feels a little bit bad.
right, let's skip to the good part.
Ooh. That actually means I can Nexus at end of turn. So I've enabled full control mode. So I can untap my lands. Nexus is such a messed up card. Why is this an instant? Why does it reshuffle? Nobody knows. Nobody reasonable knows. Pass to myself.
Hurry!
All right, so I have 6, 7, 8 when I untap with Teferi, so I can play this. I can ditch the Sulfur Falls to the Eldest Reborn trigger, and then I can activate Azcanta and Flashback Chemister's Insight this turn. I don't really care about discarding a card just yet. I'll probably Dispersal this at some point, but it's like not a huge priority at the moment. Duress. I think that's fine. What? Easy game, easy life. Good night, my sweet prince. Yeah, Slaughter does kill Carnage Tyrant.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Are we done here? What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our lives? God bless someone who gets it. How we doing, folks? Hope you all get it too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play nothing but constructed Magic on this channel. We play a ton of Standard here on Magic Arena. Play pretty much all best of 3. We also play a ton of Modern on Magic Online. This deck, like most of the decks that I play on the stream, is a viewer-submitted deck list. If you're interested in getting your deck on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/HoogleSellout. Past that, subscribing to my channel is the best way to keep me here. I do this full-time as a job, thanks to the support of my wonderful subs. After all of that, you can also help me out by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleShave. You could save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Card Sphere would love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off of the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. And of course, hey Zoo, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. I'd like to welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch, and thanks for spending part of your day here with us. Remember, if you are enjoying the content, to make sure you hit that follow button at the very least. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. I'll let you know when I go live. And what the irony of a guy with a beard selling a razor. Okay, here's a pro tip. Just because you have a nice beard doesn't mean you have to have a neck beard. The beard doesn't automatically grow into this like well-groomed manner. You use a razor to keep it in check. Like Harry's razors. What's going on, Artilicon? Thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We have all of our colors here. Looking for second black and second white. Definitely don't need another blue-red duel. Maybe this will be a game that we can see Profane Procession go to work. This card's very potent against, especially Grixis. They can't take it off the table. Hey, Soars, thanks for the 9-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Thanks for 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Well, those are magic cards. I think I'm taking Nick here. Just realized Twitch is somehow linked to Amazon Prime. It is. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free to your favorite content producers every single month. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it puts real dollars into the streamer's pocket. In fact, half of my subs are Twitch Prime subs. All right, you got my Chemister. You got my Chemister's insight. That's true. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future and you enjoy my content, but my live schedule doesn't line up with your viewing ability, you can Prime sub even when I'm offline. And if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, be sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, and leave a comment below. We're almost a real YouTuber here.
I'll show you.
Yeah. If you remember to re-Prime sub, you can build streaks with them. Hey, Dr. Kinks, thanks for the brand new Prime sub. Welcome. Put this into play. I think I'm just flashing back or jump-starting Chemister's Insight here. Probably ditching the Sulfur Falls. I don't have any double red cards in my deck, so that seems fine. Really like to draw a sweeper of sorts.
They are coming.
They are coming. That's really unfortunate. Oh, I guess I get to Profane Procession that next turn, so it's not too unfortunate. Okay, we're actually not in too terrible, but if I can avoid getting run over here, we won't be too terrible. Although I guess I have to deal with the Sarkin at some point here too. Exile that one, please. Yeah, the opponent's deck is really sweet. The standard format just has so many sweet things going on in it. There's like decks that are like obviously good and accepted as good, but there's so much room to brew and like work on things that are outside the box. It's pretty fantastic.
Come to me.
Not always Silas of the Lambs. That's a good Twitch username. No Twitch names. When you're playing Control Mirrors, you're not just trying to not get run over. And we're dead now, right? I guess I could draw Cleansing Nova here. It's like that's the line. I like Procession, tag this, and then hope to draw my sweeper next turn after they ult. We very dead. Yeah, I like the aggressive slant that their deck has. Really neat configuration from the opponent. I'm not sure that I'm a fan of the what's it called that they have in their deck? They have, oh, I forgot to cut the stupid Slaughter. They're strong. Need to make a note. Cut Slaughter for another Nova. Extinction seems fine. Thought Erasure seems fine. I guess Moment of Craving kills a few things. I'm gonna trim the Slaughter. Profane Procession is like kind of slow. Yeah, I think our MMR has laddered up to a point that seems reasonable. I've been playing against mostly real decks so far today. Or like, not just like decks that are like cards I own, right? Like the opponent's deck obviously isn't a stock tier 1 deck, but like obviously has a bunch of rares and mythics in it. I think I like the mono black Banefire deck. I like the Banefire build a lot. The mono black Banefire deck. Need another black source with this hand, obviously. We boarded into Grixis this game. That's fantastic. To go Ionize into Nicol Bolas here. It's good clean live in. Wow, Stone Cold nothing. And I'm just gonna sit tight. There's no reason to play into like a Syncopate or something. Odds of you playing Pirates this streamer event, almost 0. I think there's gonna be too many people playing things like tokens to play Pirates in that event. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of the Chromatic Black deck. The Chromatic Black deck has a lot of clunk in it and often just dies. Has a lot of like really expensive cards. Yeah, the Pirates deck is sweet, it's just not good against tokens. have a syncopate or a negate? You do not. Great. Tick, tick, boom.
No
It's
fire,
hammer time.
no steel.
Pound him on the dome. Didn't you? Sure. I assume they're gonna concede when I erasure them next turn. It's like with the contempt they're just in here.
No fire, no steel.
I guess the land on top let me flip Nick. Like we just played this entire game as a Grixis deck, just like never drew a white land or a white spell. I guess we drew Teferi. He's kind of a white spell.
You will feel the lip. Yes.
Goodbye, friend. Yeah, the arena extension is dead this morning. Not loading up properly. Seems fine. It's got Discovery to dig to some lands. We need red and white, but Discovery will hopefully fix most of our sins. Yep. Pretty good. Do not need another Ionize. Would love a red source. You need to toggle the all game modes in the upper right hand corner to get to they're trying to run us over on the play here. So hopefully we hit a white source in the next 2 turns. That's unfortunate. I think I just pass here. Because I need to hold Ionize up. In case they have like a Nicol Bolas or something. Yeah, I'm okay with that. They're gonna get to Discovery, but I think that's fine. Then if I hit an untapped white source next turn, I'm gonna win the game. Oh, you know what? This is really small, but I think I messed up. I should have played a Swamp last turn, and the reason for that is if I draw Isolated Chapel, it's going to be tapped. Whereas if I would have put the Swamp into play over the Drowned Catacombs, oh my god, I could copy the Discovery. Oh, jeez, that is such a good line. As a super suggestion. I'm a big dumb stupid, so I missed that. The play patterns on this card are definitely different. I think we're just dead. Yeah, expansion is a super sweet magic card for sure. I don't think I have Ritual of Soot in my deck at the moment. That means I'm on 0 outs. I can draw with the Chemister's Insight next turn though to find out if I would have hit the white source, if I would have played correctly. Yeah, we've played green-black zombies on stream before. It seems like a really sweet build. Nah, I'm screwed no matter what happens here. Because if they play the Sarkin, this turns into a 4/4. We just die. All right, sweet. We're gonna lose our mana regardless, so my mistake didn't matter. Definitely should have, but should have expansion there to try and dig, but it ultimately would not have mattered. All right, I'm gonna put a second Cleansing Nova in here. And play one more here before we wrap it up with this one and move on to the next thing. What do we have next? Got a green-red amulet. Another sweet ramp deck. No, green-red amulet, not the Esper deck. Yeah, Arena is just standard and limited. This deck is a little clunky, you're not wrong. So far, we've died to everything aggressive, and we've beat all of the green-black and control decks that we've played. Azcanta has all of our colors. Snap it off. Go Catacomb on 1, into Shock, play Search for Azcanta on 2, into Clarion or Thought Erasure on 3, depending on what they're doing. Most of these are viewer submitted deck lists. So we have a deck queue that you can view on my website here, which at any given point has somewhere between like 20 and 30 standard decks and 20 and 30 modern decks in it. Has a lot of things in it, to say the least. We might have a shot here against an aggressive deck with Clarion on 3 or 4. People are complaining about ranked being best of 1 because Magic's a game that has an incredible amount of variance in it, and the greatest variance reducing mechanic that Magic the Gathering has is playing best of 3. So when you take a game where the better player already doesn't win most of the time, and then you make it so the better player wins even less often, people who are good at the game tend to get annoyed. Oh, I should have played the Watery Grave there, chapped, instead of playing this. But would I play in best of 1? I would go play Hearthstone, or I would go play Warhammer TCG, or I'd go play a game with less variance. I have zero desire to play best of 1 Magic. Best of 1 Magic sounds really miserable. That's unfortunate. Our Clarion is looking worse and worse here. Yeah, Tuesday's tournament is best of 3. No, I don't really play Magic casually. Any casual gaming that I do in person is board games. I don't really even have any outs here, right? Yes, I guess I just do this to alleviate some pressure. I mean, a lot of the cards this deck is playing are just like cute kind of win more cards. Some amount of their creatures are going to live here with the Dauntless Bodyguards. I can't quite make out where these things are arrowing to when I mouse over them. Hey, Roadkill, thank you for the 14-month resub at the tier 3 level. I really appreciate that absurd level of support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. What board games do I play? We've got a bunch. My wife is a big board gamer. This is a tweet with some of my favorites in it. But we have like an entire closet full of games. Woof. There are no Settle Wreckages in my main deck. There's 2 in the sideboard though. I have Moment of Cravings and Vraska's Contempts, though, that we're looking for. If I bin a card here with this, I get to flip it. Yeah, all the games on that list are excellent. I played a lot of board games. The board games in that screenshot are like the best of the best. Opponent didn't realize how indestructible and minus was going to interact there. Sure, but like, it's kind of muddled, right? Like, there's this really awkward arrow that's like half behind the other thing. I'm gonna cast this to surveil one. We're looking for another sweeper. That's true too. Their health total just actually doesn't matter this game. Alright, so we're going up to 7, and we're taking a hit for 4 down to 3. Dead to heroic reinforcements at any point. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion, Love Chop. Just like highlight both of the cards. Like when you mouse over this, have this glow and have what it's protecting glow. I don't know why I have to have like this pop-up along with it. Like maybe don't have the pop-up. They just make the same mistake again. Maybe they are just BMing. They're just like, I don't need this health total. Alright, there's one Clarion in my deck. I get 5 looks to find it. Yeah. All right, we get a bunch of sweepers, right? Get to do all of that. This is probably too slow. I'm gonna cut expansion. I'm gonna cut Nexus of Fate. I'm gonna cut most of these counter spells. I'm gonna bring in some negates in this matchup because they do stop History of Benalia as well as the heroic reinforcements, which is pretty important to be able to stop from our side of the board. And the efficiency of a 2-mana counterspell to stop those things as opposed to 3 mana off Iron Eye seems very good for us. One of the things I think people don't put enough stock into when they're talking about best of 1 versus best of 3, it's not even just like resource variants that you get screwed on in best of 1 a lot of the time. It's that you never get a chance to make educated mulligans, right? Like when you're playing a deck, some of your hands are going to be good against aggro and some of your hands are going to be good against control. And when you're just playing best of 1, there's going to be games where like you keep a hand that's good against aggro and they're playing control or vice versa. And you never get to leverage another important skill that Magic has. Like, not only is sideboarding a critical skill in Magic the Gathering in a competitive sense, but like being able to mulligan intelligently in post-board games is another great skill to have that allows the better player to win more often. Listen, if you're gonna get upset when you lose to players who make mistakes, I would recommend playing a game that's not Magic the Gathering. This game's got an incredible amount of variance in it, even in best of 3. Like, don't get me wrong, best of 1 is worse than best of 3 as far as variance goes, but best of 3 still has some variance packed into it. Woof. Well, this would be a situation where Slaughter the Strong would be much better, huh? Yeah, we're dead. Alright, so our clunky control deck can never beat aggro, but it's good against mid-range and other control decks. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. Our deck that has clunky mana on occasion and takes a bunch of damage from shocklands, breaks and stumbles and dies against control. I don't really know that you could fix that. If you want to fix that, you probably just want to play a more efficient control deck, either Grixis or Jeskai that has like better mana more consistently. But we got dumpstered by a variety of aggro decks there and then beat green-black twice. So I think I would recommend just like playing fewer colors if you wanted to have a better game against the aggressive decks. I don't think a 3-mana removal spell helps you against the aggressive decks that are like playing a bunch of 1-drops. That sounds like the opposite of what it does, actually. I was literally dead, chat. They had double Vanguard on play. on different things. So I could have Vraska's Contempted the Anthem creature that could attack, and then I still take 9 down to 2, and then I can't even play a Shockland there. So I was actually just dead. I know I concede early a lot on this stream, but I was actually just dead. I guess I could have drawn exactly Settle. Pretty unlikely.